Hey, everybody. Happy 2025. It's your girl, Constance Carter, and I'm so excited about what this new year has to bring, what's going to happen in 2025. I'm super duper excited, y'all. And as you see with the yachts behind me, I'm on the water, and I decided to rent a houseboat and just come out here and just do some strategic planning all by myself for 2 days. And I just been getting some downloads, and I did not plan on creating this video today, but I just been getting some downloads from God, and I wanted to share them with you. I think 2025 is going to be a really great year, but the only way that it's a great year is if you are intentional about making things a great year. And so just throw the New Year's resolution away. Throw all that stuff out, right? Because we know statistically most people will do a New Year's resolution, but most people won't complete them. You'll go to the gym, you'll say, I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. Listen, one of my goals is to lose weight in 2025. I had to gain 20 pounds since I moved to the East Coast. And so that's one of my goals, but it's not a resolution. And so, of course, I go to the gym year round. And that gym membership, it spikes up. You go to the gym, especially for the people who always go. We can't find a freaking machine because of you New Year's resolution. People come, and then about March it dies down, and then you guys are back to normal. But I want you to throw the New Year's resolutions away, and I want you to really think strategically. And I'm going to give you some tools around becoming a millionaire. I've been so blessed and fortunate to make millions of dollars throughout my career, millions of dollars. And I was thinking about that last night. I got here last night. There's a rooftop, and I'll show you the rooftop. And it's beautiful. It's small. It's quaint. I'm on the Baltimore Harbor, and it's just beautiful. So as I was just walking through and I was doing my prayer and meditation, I was thinking, and I was just thanking God for the successes I've had. I know people who are way more successful than me, and that's fine. And I know people who aren't as successful as me, and that's fine too, because it's not that you can't get to where I am, and it's not that I can't get to where they are, right? But I was just thinking about, the millions of dollars. I've made 8 figures in my life, right? Some people make 8 figures a year, but I've made a good 8 figures, which is great. And some people don't even get to 7 figures in their whole entire life. And I've made over 8 figures. And so I think that is a feat in and of itself. And I'm grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. And so I know how to make the money, right? So in 2022, it was one of the worst years of my life. Lost over $1 million. I went through an extremely tumultuous divorce. And I pretty much almost basically lost my company. I couldn't focus. I couldn't deliver. I closed 2 of my offices, and I had to start over. I was burnt out too. So it was like it was a welcome sabbatical. But in 2024, I decided to reopen my company, relaunch my company, a small team. And, I've helped my company. If you don't know anything about me, I built the largest Black-owned real estate firm in California, which is Catalyst Real Estate Professionals. And I've helped thousands of people. Between me and my team, we've helped thousands of people. And we've helped people create their wealth portfolios, their real estate portfolios. For people who were looking to purchase their first home, we helped a lot of those. We helped a lot of people start to become investors. We sat down and we helped people to create their wealth plan, and so fulfilling, so fulfilling. At the end of 2022, it was very tumultuous. That divorce kicked my ass, y'all. And I sat down, I had to be still. I fasted for a whole week. I think I may have juiced for a whole week. I mean, them hunger pangs was getting me. And I decided, I had to decide what I really, really wanted to do. I mean, at that point, even though I lost a bunch of money, I've made some good investments. So I was okay financially, but I was able to really decide what I really wanted to do. And it was really about making an impact. My life has always been about an impact. Since I've started my career, it's been about who can I help? How many people can I help? Who can I serve? And that's what true wealth is not about what you can do for yourself, how much money you can make, but it's how many people you can serve, how many lives you can change Okay. What is your purpose? And when you discover that, that's when true wealth starts. That's when the money becomes. The money's going to come to you freely. You're going to get everything that you want. It's not about the money, y'all, but it's about the why behind the pursuit of making the money. Why do you want to make this money? How many people can you give to? So giving to others is you giving to yourself, because when you put it out there, it will come back to you. Think about this in terms of the impact. The more you make, the greater the impact you will have. And what impact can you have on yourself? Okay, but you don't want to be selfish, because there are tons of millionaires and billionaires out there that are miserable. Look at Robin Williams. Had everything you would think he wanted in the world, but he committed suicide. There's so much depression. Why? Because of, obviously, there was some mental illness, but I don't think he was really living in his purpose. Okay. So what is the impact? The more money you make, the greater the impact. You have people like Puffy. We see what happened to him in 2024. All the money in the world and the depravity, right? Because the purpose he may have started with a purpose, but he didn't end with the purpose. Okay. So when you think about your wealth, think about what problem you can solve. You could be a manufacturer and you can manufacture things, but what problem can you solve? Entrepreneurship is not just about being free and financially free, but it's about really changing the world. Whose life can you change as a result of the things that you do? Even if it's creating pens, right? And you become rich creating a pen, how many people's lives can you change by the result of you creating this pen that allows me to write my notes, that allows me to put my goals together? When you remember your truth and your purpose, you are going to create your reality. That's the bottom line. So I want you to be very clear on those principles, okay, before we get into it. I want you to be very clear on those principles. Understand this. It's not about the education. If you've ever seen me, you know I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. You know I'm not the most educated. But I've been blessed to make some good financial choices that have been a blessing to me. I've had some ebbs and flows, some ups and downs in life, right? I've had bankruptcy, foreclosure, short sale, car repossessions. I was homeless. When people look at me, they're like, yo, no, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Those are the things, those were the lessons. They weren't losses. Those were the lessons that then became blessings, because I was able to use my hardship as a blueprint to help other people. So I want you to go into 2025 just really understanding that the power is not in the money. The power is in what problem you can solve, what you can bring. Think about this, what you bring to the market. Okay. So there's some just principal things that you can do. So you really have to have a vision. So the first thing you need to do is have a vision for your goal. What is the vision that you have? Okay. You can't have a vision. The Bible says, without a vision, my people perish. What vision for your life? So as I'm in this houseboat, I'm looking at what vision I have. Oh, let me go back, because I don't think I finished my sentence. In the end of 2022, like the divorce was, yo, I lost so much money in the sale of the house. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. I went to court. And while we're in the divorce thinking that we were amicable, that wasn't the case. I get in there and I'm being called a fraud, a manipulator. I'm doing illegal shit. It was crazy. And I'm looking over at him like, the hell? What are we doing here? And he's looking like. And so my first lawyer was like, I thought you said this was an amicable divorce. I'm like, I thought it was. But I mean, it's such as life, right? And I think because that's how my parents are. My parents are best of friends. My parents have created this great culture and village for my children. And then, my great nieces and nephews, my brother's kids and his children. And so that's what I wanted. Because I know we have to deal with each other for the rest of our lives. But unfortunately, everybody doesn't think about that. So at the end of the 2022, let me get back to that. I sat down, I was still for a week, fasted, prayed, meditated, and I thought about what is it that I can do that's really going to be purposeful? What's in my heart? What is my passion? So my passion before was helping people create generational wealth through real estate. Yeah. My help, my passion, my purpose before was to really help people to get to financial freedom, was to close the wealth gap. I did a TED talk. It's called Google that shit. It's a great TED talk. But I talked about how to close the wealth gap. That's like, I'm not talking about anything that I don't really believe in. And that's the thing too, right? Don't be out here talking about stuff that you don't believe in. And so I got quiet with myself and I got still with myself. And 23, the money that I lost, I pretty much made it back. Okay. Fast forward, lost $200,000 in equity in the property that I sold in California. I didn't get half of what my ex got in the property that I bought. I just closed on a beautiful home, walked in with $200,000 in equity. You see how that restoration happens? It's because when you increase your frequencies and you are only there to help people and you want to just help people, and your life is about service. It's not about self, it's about service. All that stuff, God restores. God will restore. And so I always, even though it was painful, and don't get it twisted, it wasn't easy. Like I wasn't sitting there like, oh yeah, this is a walk in the park, I'm chilling. No, it was painful. It hurt. It was devastating, but I knew that it was going to be greater later. And that's what I hung my hat on. And it's just getting better and better. The lives I'm able to impact as a result of me really operating in my purpose and really getting still and getting quiet with what it was I really wanted to do. So my purpose in 23 and even in 24 was to help Black women. That's my passion project. Net 7 Collective is where I have women. And when I got really clear, so when I sat down and I actually did this book, Project 369, right? And when I sat down and I got really clear about what it was that I really wanted to do, I was so focused and so clear about that. I wrote down who my target was. Who is she? What does she look like? What does she do? What are her goals? What are her hobbies? What is it? What is her familiar status? Like all of those things. I was so very clear and focused on the woman that I wanted to help, that when I decided to execute, I attracted those women. And I interviewed over 200 women for the program to see if they would be a good fit for the program. Some of them were. Everybody, mostly, I want to say 99% of the people wanted to do it off the bat. Everybody, of course, it's an investment, but so everybody couldn't afford to do it. And then there were some people where I said, this is not a good fit for you. For me, all money ain't good money. And here's the thing. Net 7 Collective, I mean, it's me, it's my passion project, and I'm helping these Black women, but it ain't getting me super wealthy. It's my service to my people. And, I just been able to help Black women. So this year I want to have an even greater impact I am having a greater impact on the people that I serve, on the Black women that I serve. So this year, 100 Black women will go through the Net 7 Collective, and we will change lives. It's been transformational, 100%. So the vision, let's go back to the vision. Have a vision. Without a vision, my people perish. So you cannot do anything if you don't have a vision, if you can't think it in your mind. So you sit down and you visualize and make this a daily habit. So when I get up in the morning, I do what's called the ramp. I rise up earlier, right? So this year I hadn't been on my ramp. Now I've been getting up. I go to the gym every day. I have a routine. That's my clear, that's when I get my clarity, come home, I start working, I do all those things. But I haven't risen early. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm not getting to the gym before 7 or 8. So 2025, I'm back to 5 a.m. gym. I'm going to rise up. Okay. Affirmations. So I've written down 9 affirmations. And every morning I say my affirmations, right? because you got to speak it. Well, first, so you visualize it, you write down your vision. So I've written down my vision, whatever it was that I want to do. So I wrote them down with the pen and pad, right? Because now it's being real. And then I transition it over to my phone because I take my phone everywhere I go. So I put it in my notes in my phone. And so I have 9 affirmations that I say every day. And I don't say it like I will do this. I think I might do this. I don't want to do that. I say I am. I embody what it is that I say. So I speak life over my life every single day. So first I do my 9 affirmations, and then I do my goals. So my affirmations, and then I have my goals for the year. And what that does is, again, it speaks life into and in purpose into what it is that you're doing. But the other thing is it's helping, it's getting you prepared. So when you speak your goals every day, you don't lose sight of the things that you're supposed to be doing. 2025, one of the things that I promised myself is that I'm not going to be scrolling. One of the things I do, and I'm gonna be real, I scroll on social media, and social media is such a productivity killer. Outliers is one of my favorite books by Malcolm Gladwell. And he talks about how to get to perfection, 10,000 hours, doing something for 10,000 hours. And he gave some examples of different people who just work for 10,000 hours, and that's how they got to the place of perfection. How many hours do we spend a year scrolling on social media? I had to mute myself. I didn't want you to hear me. Mucus. So how many hours? Social media is a huge productivity killer. So I had to set the goal that, all right, I'm not going to be scrolling until after 5. I'll post before then, but the scrolling has to stop because I got to be focused. Because my goal and my mission is so important that nothing else can capitalize over that time. So my 10,000 hours is going to be focused on my goals, which is written in my phone, not on social media, taking that out the equation. Okay. And I want you to think about this, because let me tell you something. These influencers, they make my ass itch. Oh my God. And it's so cringy. And Black people, y'all love this. I hate it. Y'all love this. They floss their Lamborghinis. They floss their BBLs. They have their Chanels. And listen, I had some marketers that told me, I had hired some marketers. I was like, if you want to, be popular on social media, you got to show your house. You got to show your cars. You got to show your designer. You got to show yourself, in the private jet. And many people have said, listen, I went viral and I made a lot of money because I showed that. That ain't your girl. That's not me. I can't do it. And we are so, especially African Americans, we are so smitten by the material things. And I think it comes from a place of lack. That's not fulfillment, y'all. Fulfillment is what you can do to help somebody else, to serve somebody else, to change somebody else's life. That's fulfillment. And so I don't got to make $50 million to be fulfilled. I can make $50,000. And if I'm helping a bunch of people, I'm full. Now, money gives you access to be able to help more, to greater impact, so that you can do things, have experiences. There's nothing wrong with money. Just for me, all the public flossing and shout out to those who do. It works for them. It's just not my thing. So I just want you to be just real with yourself, though. Don't make that the measure. That's my point. Don't make those things the measure by which you want to be in your goals to do that, because that's not fulfilling. Look at the people who've done that. They have access to more things, but doesn't mean they're fulfilled. No, you're fulfilled by who you can help. Okay. So write down the vision, make it plain, Speak your affirmation. So every morning I speak my affirmations. That's when it's real. Why? Because life and death are in the power of the tongue. Yes, life and death are in the power of the tongue. And then you work it, right? So the things that you put in place, the things that you visioned, you wrote them down, you're speaking them. And when you speak them, it's a reminder of the things that you got to do. And so then you, number four, you work it, you embody it, you work the things, right? Because faith without works is dead. So, just the idea, and that's the thing too about, I'm a manifester, I'm just going to sit here and just speak to the universe and shit is going to fall in my lap. It's not how it works. You got to work for it. You got to eat, breathe, drink, think, speak, all of those things. That's when the true manifestation happens. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is, don't be weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap your harvest if you faint not. The reason why most people don't reach their goals are because they stop short. They give up right before they get there. They're working. They don't see any results. But don't you know, I think harvest time, so you plant. I don't know when you plant, right? I don't know. So there's a planting season, right? A sowing season and a reaping season. So if you know anything about gardening or, having a crop or whatever, there's a time where you put the seeds down, and there's a time that whatever it is that you're growing is going to grow. But imagine it, and that time, right? Like this, my harvest time is in the spring, I think. I don't know, I don't plant. But if that's what it is, then why would you give up in February if you know that it's going to happen? Because if you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing and you're putting it in fertile ground, you are the fertile ground. You got to believe in you. So if you're doing all the things necessary in order to do it, and understand the journey along the way is not losses. When you've had failures, all of those things, those are not losses. Those are lessons so that you can stand on. I'm grateful for the bankruptcy and grateful for the short sale. I went through those things so you don't have to, so I could teach you the principles. So don't stop short of the goal. Don't be weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap your harvest if you faint not. Keep going, keep grinding, keep believing, and you're going to receive it. And it's not just some idea out there. It's a universal principle. It's a biblical principle. Whatever you believe in, it will happen. That's the way I've lived my life. And so for those who are so tight in there and they don't believe, you're going to live a mediocre life. But it's not about being selfish. It's about who you can serve. So think about this. When you look at Robert Kiyosaki, and he a Trump supporter, so I said I wasn't gonna say his name no more. But that cash flow quadrant is really real, because you have your four people, right? You have your employee. That's a person. Most of us either are or have been employed. Now I'm trying to teach my kids to be entrepreneurs, but understand that everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, and I understand that. So that's fine. You have your employee who trades their time for money. Are you trading your time for money? When you trade your time for money, there is a limit to how much money that you can make. Okay. So you're going to work every day. You can only work so many hours, and you only make what the market determines that you make. You are trading your time for money. Is that what you want? Some people are content with that. That's cool if you are. And then you have your entrepreneur or your independent contractor, right? That will be your real estate agent. That will be your doctor, not the doctor who has a practice, but your doctor. That will be, somebody who's self-employed person. They're also doing the same thing. They're trading their time for money. There's only a limited amount of time that you have where you can make the money. Now, there is no limit to the amount of money that you can make as an independent contractor, but you have to work. If you don't work, you don't eat. Okay. Then you have your business owner. So what I am, that's why I have other people trade their time to make me money. How would you like to be a person that no matter if you get up out of bed every day, you're making money because other people are trading their time for you to make money? That's the goal. And then you have your invest, or not even people, right? You have processes. Okay. So say you have an online situation. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, monetizing your brilliance and your genius. But say you have something online and you have a process in place where that's making you money while you sleep. Yeah. So so as a business owner, you either have other people trading their time for money, or you have processes in place so that you're making money. That's trading their time for money. You have an ecosystem. You have products, right? And then finally, you have your investor where you take that money and that's making money for you. Now, here's the thing about African Americans. We don't invest in the way that other people do, right? We're not investing in stock and mutual funds, and we're not diversifying our portfolio. We put all of our money, if we do invest, we invest in real estate, and not in a way as an investor. We're investing in purchasing a property, which I love that. Because I don't know if you know, in 2022, out of all the races, I'm gonna put this statistic up because it's on my I did a snapshot. I was doing my continuing education the other day for my mortgage company, and it said that where is it at? It said that African Americans had the biggest growth. Did I delete it? African Americans in 2022, out of all the races, had the largest growth in home purchases in 2022. So I'm proud of you. In spite of predatory lending, redlining, discrimination, and other predatory practices, we were the highest. We had the highest growth in real estate and home ownership in 2022. That's brilliant. That's beautiful. Now, we got to become investors. We got to diversify our portfolio. Okay. So the other thing I want you to really understand is, how do you create an experience or a business? And this is the thing that I teach in the Net 7 Collective. So if you are a Black woman or you know a Black woman, I'm helping these women become millionaires by monetizing their genius and creating an ecosystem to monetize that. But think about the thing, and I was just talking to my girlfriend Sheila yesterday, because Sheila is the one who put this in my mind. You know, I was teaching my agents 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And I was saying, okay, all you gotta do is this, you know, I was teaching them how to create their database, something like that. I forget what it was. And that no one did anything. You know, days had passed by and nobody implemented. And I was like, the hell? Like, I'm an executor because I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. And I was talking to Sheila, and Sheila was my partner at the time. And I said, why didn't they do it? And I made it sound so easy. I was like, my 12-year-old daughter could do it. You know, I was just like, you know. And she said to me, Constance, just because things come easy to you, it doesn't mean it comes easy to other people. I'm thinking, just because it comes easy to me, it doesn't mean it comes easy to other people. And then I got with Lisa Nichols a few years later, and I had suggested Lisa. I was like, why aren't you teaching speaking? And she's like, people will pay for that? She was like, yeah. She said, I didn't value it because it came so easy to me. So then she created a speaker training, and then it became one of the best speaker trainings. And so as a result, I took her speaker class and I became one of her speaker coaches, and I teach her people how to speak, or I did. And now I utilize that inside my Net 7 Collective. And also this year, I'm coming out with a speaker training to help people to monetize their speaking, right? Monetize their voice so that they can really understand and articulate themselves in a way to create value to other people to sell their products or services. And so that's a genius of mine, right? That's me monetizing my genius, is me helping people. I know how to speak. I'm not nervous. I can speak on stages in front of anybody. I don't care if it's Obama or Trump. I can get on stage and I can speak because I'm confident in what I say. I don't get nervous when speaking. I love to speak. And it's something that I want to teach other people, how to take them through the journey of telling the story. And hopefully you all have been engaged today to understand. But that's a passion of mine. I love speaking. That's a passion of mine. And so that's me monetizing something I do well. Another thing is me monetizing is showing Black women how to do things that I do. How do you duplicate what the successes that you've had, right? The other thing is I have the Grow Your Money Club. The Grow Your Money Club is me I have a bunch of training on credit. Let's get your credit right. Then I show you how to create a credit business, a credit repair business where you're monetizing your credit repair. And then I show you how to build your business and get business credit. And then I show you how to invest. And then I show you how to just take it to the next level and scale. It's a 12-month journey. That's something where I'm monetizing my genius. These are things that I've done that I'm putting in a training for everybody. This is not just for Black women. It's not for Black people. It's for everybody to take the Grow Your Money Club, because I want to help you grow your money, right? It's me monetizing. So think about that thing that you do that comes easy to you, that doesn't come easy to everybody else. What is that? And then you monetize it. So if you're interested in this year, again, I'm helping 100 Black women do that through the Net 7 Collective and in any of the other training that I do. This is my give back. And this is the reason why I'm so blessed, because this is my purpose work. Of course, I have Catalyst Real Estate Professionals. I have my mortgage company that I own, Carter Financial Solutions. So those are ways that I'm helping people as well. And I'm helping my agents. I'm pouring into them as well. So those are 4 pillars that I'm working on, right? My real estate mortgage company, my my training company, and my coaching company. Those are my give backs, because those are things that I've done, been successful at, and now I'm helping other people. What is it that you do that comes easy to you to where you can help other people? Get by yourself. Get clear on what it is that you want to do, that purpose work. Get really, really, really clear on that purpose. And then I want you to do the principles of the broke code. Now, I don't know if you've seen my book, The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code, but it's an amazing book. Let me tell you a story. 2022, when I was going through my divorce, I was in therapy. And my therapist was like, yo, I Googled you. And I was like, oh, okay. She said, I didn't know you had a book. See, I got several books. She said, I read your book. I said, oh, which one? She said, The Secret to Breaking the Broke Code. I was like, okay, that's what's up. What'd you think? She said, I think, why are you here? You have everything you need inside your book. And I was like, what? She said, your assignment tonight is you read your book. And when I read that book, it changed my life. I had written it maybe a couple years before. And, you just don't know when you're going through how the things that you already have inside of you, that you know them to be true, but you forget, and you need that reminder. I'm patting myself on the back. I'm like, yes, girl, go girl. But the principles inside this book, you have to believe that you deserve it. Having the belief that you deserve all things, anything in the universe, anything you want, believe that you deserve it. Or, this is what I say to myself. I was sleeping subconsciously, even last night, as I'm laying on the water. I said, I am the right person. I have to be ready. So being broke is believing. R is being ready to receive. I am the right person in the right place at the right time. I am ready to receive it. The O in the broke code is being obsessed with my success. I'm obsessed with helping others. I'm obsessed with fulfilling my purpose. The K is being knowledgeable. That's the other thing I want you to know. 80% of millionaires read books. They used to say, if you want to keep something from a Black person, keep it in a book, but they didn't fuck around and gave us the internet. We got all the knowledge that we need. Become knowledgeable. Okay. E is economical, investing in myself. I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal and professional development. Why? Because I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, and I need other people to help me to bring out my genius. I'm not afraid to invest in myself. I'm my biggest commodity. I'm my biggest investment. So taking those calculated risks, it has been insurmountable in my success. So that's what I wanted to tell you today. Today I'm recording this on December 31st of 2024. And then I'm going to leave here, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to do some more strategic planning for myself, because I'm putting my ecosystem together for 2025. But I'll be posting this on January 1st, 2025. And I pray that you get everything that you need in 2025. It's already yours. I want you to think it. I want you to write it down. I want you to speak it. I want you to work it. And then you will receive it. Peace.